as well. When you watch Ohio State on film, how well equipped do you think they are to play your guys' style?
Ohio State is a great team, coached by great coaches. And their defense, is one of the best, So, they're definitely going to provide a challenge for us, but, we're always up for a challenge. You know what I'm saying? They're fundamentally sound. They play good as a unit, and they fly around. So I think it should be a good game. We just have to have a good week's of preparation, and prepare for one of the top defenses.
On the right, Charlie.
Blake, you're wearing a Michigan versus everybody shirt. Do you kind of feel like you have a chip on your shoulder, like this team has a chip on its shoulder, especially going into Ohio State week?
Yeah, I think we've been feeling like that for quite a bit now. So we just kind of took it upon us to, treat it as such. You know what I'm saying? If you're not with us, you're against us. And that's how we feel, and that's how I feel like we play. So I guess you could say maybe a little chip, yeah.
On the right, Reiner.
Hey, you said before the season that it was championship or bust. How do you not get caught up in the stakes of this game and what it can mean for the future of the program?
This game is a championship. It's the championship for the East. So championship game, we're coming up on Saturday, November 25th. So we just got to stay locked in, be where our feet are this week, prepare really well. And then just play our ball, man. Don't do anything different. Just play together as one unit and then play for our brothers and just do what the Michigan Wolverines do.
On the left, Isaiah.
2 years ago, you were coming off of injury going into the game. Last year, you had the injury and weren't really able to play. How much does it mean to you to be able to go into this game relatively healthy?
Oh, man, when I woke up this morning, I'm like, man, it's game week. I'm finally, I get to play in the game, healthy. So, I'm super excited, but I'm trying to remain calm. I'm saying? I'm going to make sure, I prepare really well. Yeah, last 2 years, sophomore year, a little banged up with the ankle. Then last year tried but couldn't. So, this game means a lot. It's not only, my first time being healthy, but it's going to be my last time in the big house, playing in front of the best fan base, with my brothers and the best coaches. And, so I'm super excited. To say the least, I'm super excited.
On the back left, Michael.
Blake, what would you say is the biggest difference between Jim's demeanor on game day when he's out there and Sharon when he's the guy in the big hat?
Both great coaches. I love Coach Harbaugh's pregame speech, and I love Coach Moore's. They're both great coaches. Maybe Coach Moore has a little more emotional, but I love that about him. You know what I'm saying? I love, the juice that he brings, and I love the juice that Coach Harbaugh brings. So, they're different in ways, but they're the same in ways. Both great coaches. Coach Moore has done a phenomenal job at stepping up to the plate and running this team, and I think that's because Coach Harbaugh showed him the way. Coach Harbaugh has over the past few years has kind of been leading these coaches and showing them how it's done, and now they're just picking up where he left off for the time being. But I know he's proud of Coach Moore, but to say the least, they're both great coaches.
On the left, Aaron.
I think you mentioned this is going to be a final game in the stadium. It is Ohio State week, and thought about what Saturday is going to be like for you. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I think definitely be emotional, but it's the game. Who's not going to be emotional? So I'll definitely be amped up. Going down the tunnel one last time, definitely will have a lot of emotions going on, and playing in front of 110,000, like I said, the best fan base. So, going into my last game in the big house, I just want to say the University of Michigan has been nothing but good to me. I'm so glad, I chose the University of Michigan, and the University of Michigan chose me. So, I'm just thankful, man, and I'm excited, and hopefully we can end with a bang.
On the right, Larry.
How much has your team become comfortable being uncomfortable in terms of beginning of the season, didn't have Coach Harbaugh for a few games, now you're finishing it without it. You've gotten comfortable being uncomfortable?
I think we've been comfortable being uncomfortable. I think we're that type of team. I think we've been like that just because of our preparation, just from our off-season work, from what Coach Herb does with us. He always puts us in uncomfortable situations to become comfortable in. So, when trials and tribulations and bad things happen, we just stand there, stand tall, and just keep pushing. So I think we're very comfortable being uncomfortable, but I don't think it's just because of this situation. I think this is just how this team is managed.
Back left in the camera.
reference to all of the different emotions, have you thought about the one knowing that last game in the big house, opportunity to play Ohio State, but to do it with the man that you came in there with, not on the sidelines at the beginning of that game and not there at the end? How do you put that and departmentalize all of that? Because I know how close you are to Coach Harbaugh.
Yeah, it's been tough. Not just even this game, these last two games. Because Coach Harbaugh means so much to this program, but especially, to like myself and the guys. He's formed a culture here. He's a player's coach, great guy. We love, playing for him. A lot of us would run through a wall for him. So, it's definitely been tough, and going into the game, without him, it's kind of just like adding fuel to the fire. You know what I'm saying? We're going to play, not that we weren't going to play hard at all, but might play a little harder for him, and make sure at the end of the game, we give a game ball to them. And if you give a game ball to someone, or you say you're going to give a game ball to someone, you must win. So, we'll make sure we do that for Coach. But, it's been tough. But, we know how to react to situations like this, and this team is very strong-minded. And so we're prepared. We'll be ready.
Ryan?
With two straight wins in this rivalry, how much maybe more have you heard from alums about what this kind of rivalry means and what 3 wins would mean in this game?
3 wins would mean a sweep, right? 3 is sweep. So it would be major. It would be huge for the program. It would be huge for us and the type of season we're having. So it'd be huge. So it would mean a lot in this rivalry. Winning 3 straight in a row. So like I said, we just gotta be where our feet are in the meantime. Prepare really well for Saturday and go out there and play our best ball.
Got time for a few more before we bring the next player. Tony?
Yeah, Blake, you talk about the emotion of this week and how ready you are. What's the key to, I guess, sort of staying calm now and letting the week play out, like not getting too amped too early, like specifically when you're at night and those hours are passing? Like, what do you do to pass the time?
I just, maybe it's the music you listen to. You don't listen to the stuff that you listen to before a game. But just, when you're watching film, always know you're not prepared yet. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you're not prepared, then you might be able to be a little calm because you have more time. You know what I'm saying? So knowing, I'm not going to be prepared until, going to the hotel on Friday night, allows me to remain calm because I know I got more film to watch. I got to watch this guy and that guy, So I think that helps me. I don't know what other guys do, but that definitely will help me throughout the week.
This being your first opportunity to play against Ohio State, some of the people over there haven't seen you in person. What are they about to learn about what it's like to try and tackle Blake Corum?
I played against Ohio State sophomore year.
But not that like in the future back role.
Yeah. I think they're gonna watch their film. I don't want to put anything what I feel like is hard, why it's hard tackling me or anything like that. They have to watch their film. But I think they'll be prepared for whatever I have to bring. And I think it's gonna be a great matchup.
Last question, Angelique.
Like, it seems like the Michigan focus on this game shifted in 2021 with the Beat Ohio drill and a lot of the other stuff. How much do you actually think about this game? I know you focus on
Right.
but how much do you think about this game?
You try to be where your feet are as much as you can throughout the season, but sometimes it's hard not to glance off at that last game. And I think we've been doing that, throughout the year. Even though we've been preaching, one game at a time. We've definitely glanced off. I know a lot of the guys watched some film, previously, maybe a little double-dabble here and there, throughout the weeks. But we're here now, so we can focus all we want on this game. And, I think that's what we're going to do, So, we've kind of been looking at it from afar all year. But now we're locked in, and we're going to be ready. We're going to prepare like no other. And come Saturday, the Wolverines will be ready.
One real quick, what stands out about Ohio State's defense?
Yeah, I think, it's 11 hats to the ball at all times. I think they have great players on all levels, not just, the DNs and the linebackers, but I think DNs, linebackers, secondary, you name it. I think they're fundamentally sound. I think they play well together. So it's going to be a good challenge for us to be able to go up against other great athletes. So I think overall, I don't think they're missing many pieces. I think they're a pretty darn good defense. So I'm super excited for the challenge.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you.